See, that's why you have to.
Honestly.
You know this. Hi guys, Eddie, aka the NocTrader, your friendly neighborhood swing trader, back again with another video. And today I have with me Uriah Mitchell. How you doing, Uriah?
I'm good, bro. You? How you doing?
I'm great, man. Glad to have you on the podcast. No, you forgot the name of my own podcast, man. Talks podcast. Yeah. Thanks for joining me. Tell me a bit about yourself. I gave you a little bit intro, but tell me a bit about yourself. What would you consider yourself? How would you introduce yourself?
Yeah, so thanks for having me on the podcast. My name is Uriah Mitchell. I've got a channel on YouTube, Instagram, all that. But yeah, I started off like learning about, like when you're in school, you don't learn about financial literacy and you just don't learn about anything like that. So I got into like a mess and I was like, bro, how do I get out of this? So I started to just YouTube and Google everything. And then I came across like gurus and people online, and then I sounded like you have to like sift through the fakes and get to the real people that are giving you real help and advice. And then I got to people like Graham Stephan, Andre Jit, all like the investors and stuff in America. But then there was no one doing it in the UK, and it's kind of different. There was no 401k Roth IRA in the UK. So I was like, right, okay, let me take what I can from these and then just start implementing it for the UK. So then I started my journey, got like cleared quite a bit of debt and stuff, wanted to become an entrepreneur, own my own business because there's no like glass ceilings on money. And then I just started investing, and I wanted to show people that are like quite young, like even younger than me. I've got a load of little brothers. I've got like 4 little brothers. So I was like, if I can start producing content for the younger generation to get invested as early as possible and show that you don't need loads of money, you can start with as little as £1 and just make sure that you get your percentages on what you're getting paid if you've got a job or striving to become an entrepreneur and get your own money, to always have that security of investing your money so it works for you. And then that's how my journey started on YouTube as well. That's how I just wanted to show people that me starting from nothing, you guys can do the same, and then you'll see my journey. And then hopefully you don't have to make some of the mistakes I made.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's kind of why I kind of stumbled across your channel. And what I really liked about it was you really articulate a lot of these high level concepts. They're not really high level. It's just that they never teach us these stuff to the, that whole saying of you can teach a 5-year-old something and you really understand it. And when I watch your videos, I know a lot of these stuff, but the way you explain it is really, really easy to grasp concepts. And I can see that your audience is quite young. You got quite a young demographic. I'm a little bit older than you, even though I got young. This is a quarantine.
I'm trying to catch you up.
This is quarantine beard, mate. I'm shaving it off.
Exactly.
But yeah, no, I really like the content that you produce, and also the quality of your content is like, even from so I looked back at some of your older stuff, and you had quite high level content quite early on. You made sure you kept a good standard. I've made incremental changes. You see my first one, they're disgusting, mate. Like 360p.
Somewhere there.
But yeah, but I'm saying that's what I really found. I found it really impressive. The quality of your content, also the way you articulate quite high level concepts so that your audience can really understand it. But with that being said, you have like a Trading212 journey that you kind of map out in your channel. Why did you choose Trading212 over some of the other platforms that are out there?
It's funny you mention that because I'm literally just starting to. I'm going to be doing. I've seen one of your videos actually. You've done a review of a lot of the platforms, but you've done it from like a trading aspect.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know that he uses IG.
IG. Yeah.
So yeah, they've got a lot of. You can break it down. They give you a lot of help really with everything. You can all the strategies. You can go into in-depth trading.
Yeah.
Where I've actually just started to be. I'm looking at all the platforms from an investor's standpoint now.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at like the likes of Trading212 free trade. Because ISIS as well, that's a big one. Like ISIS companies charge. Stake's another one, which I've just come across, and
Stack.
They have.
Is it Stack?
I think it's Stake.
Stake. Sorry, Stake. S-Stake.
Stake.
The one.
So they've got like over 3,500 US stocks and ETFs.
Yeah.
So I know, like I said earlier, I watch Andre Jit and Graham Stephan. And they talk about a lot of American stocks and things that you want to look at. And some of them are on Trading212 because they mainly focus on like European and UK index funds and ETFs. But Stake offer that American side. So I'm having a little look actually. I started on Trading212, but just because I started on there doesn't mean I hold any
affinity to it.
If someone offers something better, I'm going to jump ship.
Course,
like, I say do what's best for the bank. So
of course,
if someone's
100%.
offering something better for you, you just got to take that jump.
Yeah, fair enough. It's quite a topical discussion. I'm sure you've seen that the sad case of that kid that in America that I think he's 20 years old and he committed suicide because of he got into serious debt on his Robinhood account because he was trading options and he went into like £70,000 worth of debt. You heard about that, right?
Wow. No, I've not even heard about that.
Okay.
That's the first.
Yeah, it's really sad, but it's like there's a discussion to be had, and I thought I'd pose it to you because we're both in the same kind of industry, and we're discussing about whether it's investing or trading. It's still about trying to make passive income with the money you have. And what's your thoughts on the? I know I'm kind of putting you on the spot here, but what's your thoughts on the fact that I've had discussions with other people about how the democratization of trading has been a good thing for young people like yourself and even people younger than you that want to get in and they only have like £100 or £200 or even £1,000. But at the same time, has it got unintended consequences of leading people down, like catching the falling knife because they're armed with all of these highly leveraged platforms where they can trade with lots of money that they don't really have and stuff like that, but they don't have the education to really back up what they're doing. So what's your thoughts on that?
That's why I never promoted Trading212 CFD on my channel. Like, I like RIP to that guy and like all condolences to his family and everything. But for me, I feel like you have to know what you're doing before you get yourself into that position. And I found out the hard way before. Like I found out with like leasing things and then realizing like, whoa, I've actually just took out like a 13 grand loan, like, and I can't now pay this. Like sometimes you do get in them positions, and when money is like, it's not the root of happiness, but if you've got money, it makes life easier. So when you've not got any money, you can feel the stress and the weight on your shoulders. It can just like get to you really bad. Like, and when you, like you say, when you're armed with these platforms that can give you that leverage and make you earn money fast, where there's high risk, there's high reward, but like it's high risk for a reason. Like you have to understand the consequences. And I feel like people should really, really do their due diligence before they even jump into anything, like before they go into anything. Even if it looks simple, just make sure you just double check. Like teachers used to say in school, it might not have helped in English, but reread everything just to make sure that you know what you're getting yourself into. And just because, like you say, with the trading and CFD, you can make a lot of money fast, but you can also lose a lot of money fast. So just make sure you know what you're getting yourself into, and just do your research before. Use practice accounts. When practice, like I've seen paper accounts where people have started with 50,000. What I did with Trading212 on CFD is I knocked out that 50,000 play account and dropped it down to 1,000 straight away. So it was like something that I'd be used to do. I put my own money in straight away, and you can lose that money quick. So until you feel like I've got friends that do day trading and do swing trading, and they have like strict mindsets, and they say, right, I'm going to either increase by 5%, lose 5%, and they have strategies in place, and they've done the research, they know what they're talking about, and you've just got to have the right. It's not just all about trading; it's mindset, emotions. You've got to have your emotions in check. You've got to have. There's a lot of things that go into it before you can jump into any of these platforms and just think that you can make money quick, because as quick as you can make it, the quicker you can lose it as well.
Yeah, definitely. And I know your trading journey. Well, you're actually saying trading. Sorry, I'm a trader. Your investment journey. Yeah. It's been a couple of years, has it been, or just less than that? But
less than that. No, it's actually been 3 months since I've
3 months.
Jumped in. Yeah,
all right,
my YouTube account's been around for about a year, but just started really like.
So in that short space of time, you've actually picked probably one of the wildest times to get into the stock markets.
It's funny you say that, because everyone in my comment section, right? So everyone thinks that I've just jumped on this trend, right? Yeah. It was, if you look at the video that, like, I've got a video that didn't blow up, but it kind of got the most traction on the channel. I was just reviewing Trading212 because I was just starting investing my money, and people were like, "Oh, you've just jumped on this because the stock market's crashing and all this," and I was like, I jumped at it just before, and then it crashed, and then I just took advantage of what was happening.
If you have, why not? What's wrong with that? If you have, why not? Isn't the point? Isn't the name of the game money?
Exactly.
Even if the answer is yes, why not? Do you know what I mean? There's been an influx. You actually joined like this at the right time, because there's no surprise the way your channel's blown up, because there's a lot of especially just look at what's going on in the world right now. A lot of people are losing their jobs. They got stimulus checks. They got money. They haven't got money, but they've lost their jobs. They're looking for other ways to make money, and they're looking to the stock markets. Football, sports betting has been stopped because people are. So there's all they look at the stock market, and then a lot of these companies have made it have gamified the investment market.
That's another thing, the gamifying it.
Yeah.
Like I say to people all the time, if you don't know what you're doing with CFD, it's gambling. It's just like betting on a football team that you've not done research on because you don't know what's going to happen. But yeah, I know what you mean. Like I didn't really take advantage, but I saw what was happening, and I knew that this time, like, it was a black swan event. Everything I've been reading, I was like, this is the time. Like, I was like, if I'm going to get invested now, I'm going to start putting my money in from now. And it's not ended yet either, so it's just going to keep. We're just going to wait till we see. So I've just got to. Every month, I can just put more money into my accounts and just try and grow them.
So, what's been your biggest loser and your biggest winner? Even though there's kind of been a short space of time. What's your most successful investment and your biggest like focus?
My biggest success, well, because I've just. So when I first started, I was all about long-term investing, like 5, 10, 15-year investments. I was like, right, okay, I'm going to go into index funds and I'm going to, Warren Buffett style. And if I ever invest in a company, I'm just going to like make sure that that's the company I love. And then I started watching YouTube and I started looking at all the research and I was like, no, let me just invest into this company. So I've invested into a few companies. And then like the best ones I've invested to, say like Greg's, so Greg's probably been the best one as well as Cineworld. They've been to maybe like over 50% increase. But now I've sold them because I've taken my money out and I'm putting them back into index funds now. Cool. So most of my portfolio is made up of index funds. I've got a few that I've lost money on. I'm trying to wait to see if they'll come back. So like Rolls Royce, they're down like 23% at the minute from what I bought them from. Tesco, there's a few that, so ups and downs, but I'm learning. I'm still learning.
And that's a good thing about as well about channels like yours and even some of the other channels where there's a lot of people position themselves as gurus, and I don't even position myself as guru. I've been training for 6 years, but I still don't know what I'm doing half the time. And a lot of my videos that get the most views are the ones where I'm just screaming and blinding because I lost money. I think people are like, say I don't know what it's called. What's that? Schadenfreude. They like to see you lose sometimes, but it's quite funny. But it's like it's something. It's funny. There's more to learn as well from following a journey of someone that's learning along with you, as opposed to that maybe the ones that have already made it and then they look so far away. You mentioned Graham Stephan and some of these other channels. What do you think? What's probably the best thing you've learned from some of these other investment channels that you're able to implement like from day one once you started building your channel and even started investing?
Reading was a massive one. Like, you can just implement that straight away. Most YouTubers have links for Audible to get like a free book. I'm not sure if you do the same, but get them free books and just start getting knowledgeable. Literally, and I didn't even know. But when I first started reading books, I read a book called The Millionaire Mindset by T. Harv Eker. I think it's called that anyway. But he basically taught you strategies for how to manage your money, because if you can't manage like £10, you can't manage £1,000, you're not going to be able to manage all this money. So you're not really going to be able to get it because you won't know what to do with it. And they all mentioned investing and trading. All of them subliminally mentioned it, but I didn't really know what they was talking about. But then the more books I read, the more it started to be brought up. Like, people say compound interest is going to make you the most money, like most return possible. So I was like, right, okay, I need to start learning about this. So then I started learning more, found them YouTubers. Gary Vee's another one where he talks about like longevity. Like, you don't need to rush anything. Where you are is where you're supposed to be. Like, you don't need to, just because you see people on Instagram and stuff like glorifying money and all this, you don't have to do that. You take your time with it. Document, if you want to document your journey, document it. If you don't have to. Like, I document my journey so people don't make the same mistakes that I do, and hopefully it gives people, like, I can break it down in a way where the regular person can understand it, so that more people get involved. But yeah, I just think reading is like a massive one for me. It gives you, I don't know, when I was in school, I hated reading, I hated doing work, I hated all that kind of stuff. But then as soon as I left school and like I got into a corporate job, and I was like, is this it? And I started reading, and then they were saying there's so much out there, and I was just like, right, okay. It opened my mind to like really take in more, and then just start growing mentally and just health wise, and just like really in life, just it helps you. So you can kind of implement everything in that kind of like, and with investing and trading, you start to realize it's in everyday life. Like the businesses are in everyday life. So it's like, and you'll see something on the news, and then you'll instantly go into your investing app and you'll be like, oh man, it's impacted, and you see the correlation, and then it makes it real. Because some people think that it's a scam, and people don't think it's real, but it's real. So
yeah, the way your mind works slightly differs once you start getting into investment. Like that Greg's trade, for example, Greg's investment that you made, for example. I, like an idiot, I saw what was happening. Like the minute I saw Greg start introducing like vegan sausage rolls, I was like, oh, okay, this is gonna blow. I didn't think, I should buy some stocks. I thought, yeah, but they're gonna smash it now because of Beyond Meat and the whole craze of vegan stuff like that. Once they expanded their product range, I was like, yeah, this is gonna blow. And then lo and behold, like the share price just tanked up. But now everyday things, you just start thinking, what's the stock market application of what's happening in this market? Yeah.
Like crazy. Even Apple did that WWDC event or whatever online for the first time rather than and everyone was gassed about it. And you look at it, it just all correlates. It's mad.
Yeah. That's crazy. What are some of the questions that a lot of your that you keep getting, recurring questions that you get from some of your audience?
Some people like that one-to-one, like teaching experience. So I feel like it's something that I might start offering, not like as a paid service, but something where it's like just like a quick 10-minute coach call, commenting my videos or something, and just showing people like the basics, because a lot of people just are scared to even jump in because there's a lot to it, and I understand. But most of the time it's, how do I get started? I've watched your videos, but how do I just get started? And even though I've explained it in the videos, it's still like the recurring question you get, and like, what stock? Or they'll say, "Where's your portfolio right now? Or what are you investing in?" And I'm like, guys, please. What if I say I'm investing in something? It doesn't mean you gotta go do it. It just means this is something I've done. Make sure you do your research. Like I think in one of my videos, I said I invested in Rolls Royce because they make the cars, and then everyone was like, Rolls Royce don't make their own cars. It's BMW and all this. And I was like, rah. And then I was like, that's why you do your own research, because even I make mistakes. So,
what's your research process look like? Is it do you how deep do you go? Do you read like S1 filings and stuff like that?
Nah, see, this is why I've gone back to the real index funds, ETF style investing, because I don't just do investing. Like my whole channel is just around like wealth and finance, and it's not all investing. So I've got like so my investing now, I'm trying to make it like as passive but as lucrative as possible. So before, I was spending way too much time like doing research on individual stocks going in. I'd mainly just go off the news, go on the last few. I'd used the app Simply Wall Street. Have you used Simply Wall Street? Yeah.
My friend, I don't know if you know him for investors. He loves that. He loves Simply. I'll show you his channel. He's got a pretty good channel as well. Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay, sweet. I used Simply Wall Street, and I'd used like Trading212. I had a lot of information about the company in there as well. And I wouldn't do, I'd say loads, but I'd do a little bit, and I'd be like, because I went off gut feeling as well. I was like, no, I like this. So then read a bit in the news, what's going on, all this type of thing, and then I'd put my money in. But again, for me, it wasn't a lot of money. Well, I'd say it wasn't a lot of money. It could be a lot of money to someone else. But I wasn't thinking, if I lose 10, 15%, I'm not going to be like, I shouldn't have done that. It's like, it's a learning curve. So that's why I always say capital's at risk, invest what you're willing to lose. But like always be switching your strategy and always be learning. And so that in the future, you're just making more and more money.
So what's your strategy for like when like, obviously, I don't know, we're probably in a recession already. I don't even know whether we're in it or not no more. But like, what's your strategy for that? Are you into averaging down? What's your thoughts on averaging down?
Yeah, cost averaging down. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do now. It's harder with the ETFs that I've gone with that, because I noticed that they are slightly rising all the time, which is what you want, really.
That's good,
But at the same time, when you wanted to put your money in, you're like, I want it to be cheaper. So I'm kind of like, I've stopped, because what I used to do is invest my money into the app and then straight away buy a stock. But now what I've started to do is invest my money into the app and then I'd leave buying power in the app so that I could see the market before I just invest straight away. So then I'll watch and then I'll be like, right, yeah. And then when it's at a price, I'm like, right, okay, I'll buy that now. I'll go ahead and buy that.
Sweet. So you're talking about like some other, like obviously your channel's not just about investing, it's about passive income in general. What other types of passive income strategies as you said, you're an entrepreneur, so you're doing lots of different things as well. What other passive income strategies do you employ that you have? You have other businesses or other things that you're doing that?
So, well, I still work full time as well. So I'm still working. I've got an Instagram page, which I sell promotions for businesses.
Nice.
I also do drop shipping. I've stopped at the minute, but I'm going to be starting that back up again. So I'm going to be sharing that on the channel once I start that. Yeah. I've just started this, which means like rich brain. So that's mine.
Was that Italian?
Yeah, it's Italian. Rico Ciavello.
Oh, right, okay. I might get a copy.
Yeah, I'll send you a.
Send me a link. I'll promote it. That's cool. Yeah, that's sick that you've got your hands in so many different baskets. It's really cool, man, to see that.
Yeah, and then even YouTube as well. I try to tell people that you can use YouTube because you can make a lot of money off it. Like if I'm not sure if people watch Graham Stephan, he's making an absolute killing.
He's killing it. Have you ever? Kim. I like him. I like Financial Education. Have you heard that guy, Jeremy?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
And then there's one called Meet Kevin. I think it is. Yeah, Meet Kevin. Check him out. He's pretty cool as well. Yeah. I'll send you this one. Yeah, there's some good. Yeah. He's more about property investment and stuff like that. But
because that's something I want to get into as well because I want to invest as much money as I can, paying off all the debt I can, and then start finding all the more streams of income to then invest into more money making assets. And property is definitely. I've got my eyes on a few properties that I'm next year. I want to go into.
I'll smash it out, man. That's really cool, man. It's cool to hear that. Have you ever thought about trading?
Yeah, I have. What was it? I think I did one video and I said, if this video gets 30 likes, I'll do a video of me trying to day trade.
Yeah.
You got like 55 likes straight away. People were like, yeah, we want to see that. I've not done it yet because it's so difficult for me. I've seen where I've got a cousin that does day trading and he uses MT4. I don't even know how to sign up Bridge and get the money into MT4 and know how to use the pips, candlesticks,
But the journey in itself, that's quite people will use you as a conduit because a lot of the audience will probably know less. So it's you not knowing what you're doing and mapping that journey is quite interesting in itself. I'd watch it.
It's very true. That's why I think I do want to do it. Yeah. It's just trying to document finding that information for everyone else as well because I don't want to find it out and then just pass over it because the hardest thing for me is trying to even find the brokerage to use. People sometimes I'm not sure if you heard, I think Ricky Gutierrez, he's an American trader. He'll tell you all these different brokerages as if it's easy, and I'm like, bro, how the heck do I even implement that? And
I think
some people go,
sorry,
no, it's all right. I was just saying sometimes I've got friends that I'll tell them stuff about investing. And they're you talk about this like it's just common knowledge.
Yeah, I'm curious of that as well.
I feel like I just do because it becomes common knowledge. But to the average person that's never invested or day traded, the basics is where it's they need to know that. So I think that's what I try and get in my videos.
Yeah, no, that once again, I said that's one good thing that you do. You do take it a step back. I'm guilty of that as well. I sometimes, I think that's probably one of the issues with my channel because I go off on tangents that are really minutiae of trading. Only the zealous know what I'm talking about, and I've lost some of the people that are just kind of entry level. And even my dashboard just has all these crazy lines and crazy stuff going on. So people are just what the hell is going on? So sometimes you almost have to take it a step back so that people can map the journey out with you. So 100%. Yeah, no, I'll definitely watch that if you try and do some trading.
Yeah, I think I might have to come to you. Even then,
I'm down for that. No problem, man. No problem.